Hi everyone, it's Mr. Ryder, just recording a really brief video to provide you with some updates for the week. So as we rapidly approach the end of our first week of class, I just had a couple of quick announcements. One is that just be sure to always use that R Classroom link on Blackboard to begin accessing different weekly materials. So that's always your starting point for finding each of the week's materials. You can always work ahead if you'd like. Um, and the next thing that I wanted to mention is just related to Writing Project 1. So we're going to be wrapping up Writing Project 1 in the coming week. The final draft will be due on Sunday, June 7th by 11:59 p.m. And you want to think of Writing Project 1 as just basically a great narrative, an interesting story that utilizes different vignettes. So just kind of short chunks of information that help tell that story. So you should have at least 2 vignettes. And if you noticed in the Alice Walker piece, Walker talked about how, or she basically wrote with the vignettes that made up her story being different elements of the story that revolved around the loss of her eye after her eye had been shot with a BB gun by a brother. And as you're developing that paper, as you're developing your narrative, basically think about ways that you can create different vignettes that help tell a larger story. That larger story might be how you've responded to the COVID-19 crisis. That larger story might be, an exciting transition in your life, moving from one stage to the next. That narrative might be some other maybe arriving in Ohio for the first time, or moving to Ohio from a different part of the country or a different part of the world. Any of those types of things could make for good vignettes. One thing that I wanted to mention as well is it can be great to start getting ahead a little bit in class. When I take online classes, I like to work at least a week ahead. That way, if something comes up on any given week, I can kind of have that buffer time. So one thing that could be great to get ahead if you'd like a little bit as you're finishing up Writing Project 1 is you could watch the videos that are going to be your options to analyze for Writing Project 2. So in Writing Project 2, you're basically analyzing an issue related to gender in the media, and you're using as your lens text either Killing Us Softly 4 or Tough Guys 2. And when you think of this idea as such as a lens text, you basically want to think about if you're wearing sunglasses, or for those of you who wear glasses or contacts, you're basically seeing things through that particular lens, and that improves your eyesight. And in the same way, a lens text is going to be something you're looking through to gain greater insight into a particular subject matter. So you're using either Killing Us Softly 4 or Tough Guys 2 as that lens through which you examine topics and issues related to gender and the media. Last thing I wanted to mention really quickly, we do have really nice Writing Center opportunities in the summer. In Blackboard, there's a green N, and if you click on that, it's going to give you the option of going into a variety of different options. The Writing and Paper Center actually allows you to do live Writing Center appointments if you want, and you can also submit your paper to be reviewed and returned by a tutor. So those can be great opportunities as you move forward in the summer as well. So I loved your intros that you guys posted. Please feel free to email me if you have any questions, and have a great rest of the weekend and start to the week.